Okay, welcome back. Cynthia had to step out, and so I just wanted to thank her here for agreeing to be interviewed and to provide her insights on the litigation process. I do want to do one more video about the Big Cat Rescue case, specific to the Big Cat Rescue, since recently the court issued this really extraordinary remedy of saying that of transferring title ownership control of the GW Exotic Animal Park over to Big Cat Rescue. That is considered an equitable remedy where a court is not just awarding money, the court is actually awarding property rights to someone else's property. And what happened there is that there was a default judgment. That is to say that the court had already ruled in favor of Big Cat Rescue, but as it's made clear in the court's order, Joe Exotic, before he was convicted in his criminal case, and we'll talk about that in the next set of videos, what happened was he engaged in a fraudulent transfer. This is where sort of Jeff Lowe comes in. Fraudulent transfer here is a transfer with the purpose of avoiding legal liability. And it's oftentimes it's a very fine line, between a fraudulent transfer and a legitimate, business activity, business transfer. But here, all the evidence seems to be that this was a fraudulent transfer designed to not pay the what the parties had agreed to as part of their settlement. And so I just wanted to throw that out there. One of the interesting things about the Big Cat Rescue case, or Carol Baskin against Joe Exotic, is that those cases, actually it was two cases, a trademark infringement case, and then later a copyright infringement case. I've included, by the way, a great Tech Dirt article really describing the ins and outs of both cases. What's really interesting about that is that those cases actually were settled out of court. The summary judgment that the court issued in one of those cases had to do with the counterclaims that Joe Exotic had brought. But the court did not dismiss or did not rule on the actual claims brought by Big Cat Rescue against Joe Exotic. And so those were set to go to trial. But now that you've seen an attorney, you've seen Cynthia describe the litigation process, a lot of cases do end up settling out of court because whether you're Joe Exotic or Carol and Harold Baskin, right, it's really expensive to get your day in court. Discovery is a very expensive and time-consuming process. Also, think about it, right? There is a high level of uncertainty as to how a potential jury would rule on the claims. And when you combine those two elements, right, the cost of going to trial and the uncertainty of the outcome, oftentimes it makes a lot of sense to settle your case out of court, which is what happened in the Big Cat Rescue litigation. I have a special subpart on settle or go to trial. I'll say a few more words about that in a separate video. But I just wanted to explain why it is a lot of cases do settle out of court. Okay, great. In our next set of videos, I want to talk about the criminal case against Joe Exotic, the murder for hire accusations, and the allegations also against Carol Baskin that have been swirling around. So we'll do that in our next set of videos, just to keep things short now. All right, thank you for paying attention. I'll see you soon.